We're
Thank
back,
you,
man.
Maestro.
Maestrosity.
Yes, something like that. Welcome back to Andertons TV. I'm in the studio with none other than Danish Pete.
Oh,
a
pretty
can of
pink.
Coke and a Blackstar Amped 2.
A can of Coke. Before we go on, please like and subscribe because we love it if you do.
We do.
That.
Yes, we'll give away prizes every time we hit another 50,000 subscribers. Could be you. Right?
And we give away just lots of good advice.
Allegedly. Right. Just before Christmas, Blackstar Christmas 2022. Blackstar released a product called Amped 1. We'll show it to you on screen now. It's kind of looked quite a lot like this, like a smaller version of this. Yes, in white finish. Video's up in the corner. And we really rather liked it. It's a sort of a, again, it's a little powered amp in a
Where's it
pedal.
gone?
What, the Amped 1?
Gone. Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, a couple of months later, we're now showing you Amped 2. Amped 2 builds on the same kind of vibe as Amped 1, so it's a 100-watt powered device. So, you know, we're running this cab literally straight out the speaker output of this device. But now Amped 2 has a few more features, which we're here to tell you about.
I can't wait to Amp 3, 4, 5,
Amp 64.
6.
Yeah.
It's like a whole...
I don't think that's going to happen.
This is... I'm really
Is this
into
the future?
I think it's on the way from people that get boards like the QC and the Kemper and the Helix, and they have thousands of amps there, and it's really confusing. You know, all the outputs. This here, you've got effects, and you can plug straight into your cab or straight into there, and it's super easy.
It's quad cortex for stupid people, right? Is that what it is? Anyway, we digress.
Or for clever people.
So look, let me tell you about this. Okay, some of these features were on Amped 1. Okay, so the concept is 100-watt power amp. You can switch it from between 100 down to 20 down to 1 watt. You can...
Show it with the display, Lee.
All right,
Look.
just in case you can't read what it says up here, it
can't
says it for you down here.
Absolutely.
You can adjust the response of that power amplifier. This is a digital emulation, if you like, because there are no valves in here, but you can get it to sound and respond like an EL84 section, EL34 or 6L6. The amplifier section itself are these 5 knobs here in this switch. So you've got a USA kind of, I guess, Fender-inspired sound, a UK kind of more Marshall-inspired and classic. Yeah, actually, do you know what? Maybe UK isn't Marshall-y. I don't know what classic is. We'll go through those and we'll see what they sound like. Gain, bass, middle, treble, and master volume.
Voxy.
Could be, couldn't it? Now, what you didn't have on Amped 1 were the ability to switch in all your effects like delay, modulation, drive, reverb, all that kind of stuff. Did have reverb, didn't it? But,
yes.
So imagine this is, you know, you set your basic amp tone up like you would if you had a regular amplifier, and then you've got like your 4 essential pedals built in. We've put an extra drive pedal here just to see how does it respond, but it's incredibly lightweight. It's got a tuner built in. And then it's got all the kind of crazy ins and outs on the back. So
power.
Yeah, we power the pedal from
this.
this. We've got the XLR out going straight to our interface. That is then used in conjunction with Blackstar's cab rig technology, which is their kind of, you know, speaker emulation and microphone emulation stuff.
If you want to watch that video we did on the Amp 1, we go through all that so you can watch it.
Yeah. You've got MIDI, you've got an effects loop.
You got an out, in and out, got your 2 in, so is it... Look at us bending. You got an out here and an in and an out there.
So you got a line
you can use it as a
output.
pedal, maybe as a 4 cable method, maybe. I don't know. Maybe you can. You should be able to.
So many things.
Yeah. But I do. Sorry, go on.
So no, I was going to say I'll just take you through some of the sounds, and we're going to do the first half of this demo plugged into this Blackstar St James 2x12 cab here, mic'd up in the traditionally way, and then we'll do the second half of the demo using the cabinet emulation. And of course, you can, you know, in a live scenario, you can have both simultaneously. You can have, you know, your on stage sound through a cab, sound man through the XLR.
Yeah, the sound man is going to go, oh, the cab's too loud on the stage, so can you just turn it down? But anyway.
The price is nuts on this, right?
That's what I mean.
It's about 500 quid. The only thing I think's nuts about the price is how close it is to Amped 1. So personally, I think that's a different. Who wouldn't now buy Amped 2?
Because maybe you've got a pedal board you want to stick it on.
But
this is the one you put in your bag, and then
I agree. Okay, so going to start in 100-watt mode. Not using any of the effects other than reverb at the moment. Reverb is set to a plate reverb here.
And it's got 3 different reverbs, which the amp 1 didn't have. It just had the 1, didn't it?
No,
Online
we got that wrong. Yeah, so you.
Oh, we got it wrong.
No, but you couldn't switch. I don't think you could switch
you had to
the
go
reverbs
inside.
from here. Yeah, you had to do it from anyway. Right. So here we have our USA sound, which, as I said, is kind of the Fendery inspired one. So we're on the 6L6 power response.
America. I like how the display goes hello to the side.
Oh, crap.
Maybe it's just my eyes because I've got, you know, I'm an Illuminati that's got eyelids like that. Used to be. I think it sounds great, man.
Snappy.
Yeah.
I don't think, if I remember rightly, I don't remember the USA sound having much gain, but maybe it does.
Maybe if you go down in 2 watts and then you push
maybe,
the
I
front
think
end
the USA mode is definitely about being clean.
Yeah, like a Fender.
Okay, UK.
Save some of the reverb down a bit. It's a bit long. Not the length up, but the volume down. So I like it girthier but less. More Jody.
Does it?
Sounds good, doesn't it?
What about with like a slightly backed off P90 kind of vibe to there?
Oh, I thought he was going to say something else. For those of you who this is a PJD carry, by the way, with with an F-hole in it.
I can go over to an EL84 vibe to the response.
I love that little display there. That's funky. It doesn't take much to make me happy, you know that.
Does it remind you of your Nokia 8210? Is that what it is?
Yeah, exactly.
Can you play Snake on here? Like you can't. No, you can't.
Oh, little twisty. I think that sounds good, man.
Right, now we're going to go to classic and see what that sounds like.
It's a rotting.
That's a much more modern gain sound, isn't it?
Much more modern. But still, like, nice and rocky, man.
It's good. So before we've gone anywhere else, we've got 3 really usable, great tones in there.
Yeah.
I didn't mess around much with the EQ, kind of didn't feel like I needed to, but it's there if you want it. Let me just quickly on this sound, this 120 watt and 1 watt mode, this is very much about when it's plugged into a cab, it doesn't affect the sound through the DI out. And not only does it obviously change how much power this gives out, but it kind of changes that sense of how much amp power, amp distortion are you getting. So obviously the 100 watt mode, you can't really crank the master, so it's sort of nice, big, expansive kind of sound. The 1 watt mode, you can really crank the master and get that slightly more compressed vibe.
So many words.
So here's, I'll just leave it so you can get an idea. In fact, using the decibel meter in the corner, assuming you can see it over the top of the pedals.
Such a naughty decibel.
You could kind of get an idea of how much it drops. So here's 100 watt mode. 20 watt. 1 watt.
We can talk over that.
Yes. So,
man, that's for home.
It's a great little thing to use at home. It's got a headphone output on the back as well. So if you need to go like super silent, you can do that. Anywho, now what I want to do is I'm gonna find us a sort of a cleanish. Do you want to go super clean?
Whatever you like, man.
We'll go super clean, and then we'll show you the other effects that are built into this. The drive section here, 3 basic modes: boost, drive, and fuzz. Then you've got a drive, a tone, and a level control. So let's start it. Let's 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock it all.
Wow.
12,
it's going really well.
12 o'clock it all.
Okay.
And see what it sounds like. So boost first.
I'll tell you what I'm feeling with this thing. I'm missing that tube feel. Okay, so can we just, because I'm just wanting to know what the boost sound in the Dane compared to that.
Here's into the clean. I literally fell off. There we go. Different.
I mean, I prefer
a lot more bass end on the boost.
And also, I think there is. I know it costs probably almost half of what that costs.
This is true.
Pedal, but it's got when it goes through it into it, it feels like it just has a bit more natural.
Well, here's the gainy thing with the boost into it.
More bottom end than the Dane, but it's difficult to hear the difference, but there's a feel there. But anyway.
So that was its boost mode.
Boost.
It has a conventional drive mode, so let's just I like the switches on here. They're soft switches rather than clicky ones.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, again, there are a zillion drive circuits out there, and absolutely, I would imagine a lot of people will have one of these and have 1 or 2 of their favourite drive pedals with it as well. But it's a perfectly good drive tone there.
Absolutely.
And again, you can lob the drive tone over any of the other ones. Lob it. What's maximum? Let's have a little. Right, there's a fuzz circuit in here, which is kind of cool, and via the either the shift control on here and one of the knobs, or via the app when you're using it with the computer, you can adjust things like the bias of the fuzz as well as the amount of drive. We've just got the default. Yeah, I like it.
Is the drive a little bit tube screamer? He's got a
I don't know.
rangy. I like the fuzz better than the drive.
Yeah, its drive is so
Can you
subjective.
Can you try but see what the Dane sound like into it, just as a? That works. Takes pedals really well, man.
It does take pedals well.
Yeah, it takes pedals
well.
Yeah.
Okay. Drive, boost, and fuzz there. Then we have got modulation next one. So again, I've got the choice of chorus, a chorus flange mode, a tremolo mode, or a phaser mode. So let's just have a little listen to these. This is the chorus mode.
Set the phaser to stun, my friend.
Woo!
Yeah,
I don't
it's
mind
got a
that at
nice
all.
swell.
Tremolo. I just want to say there's an example of one of the... So obviously normally this control does the time, modulation time. If I hold the shift button down, all of a sudden we're doing... I don't even know what that means. We're syncing this
No,
to...
this is the, if it's 1 or it's dotted 4, dotted
Yes.
8, and this is the time. Sounds good.
Delays, we've got linear, analog, and shimmer.
So what is this one, linear now?
This is linear. See, House of Fraser's own brand clothing line.
So now you could do the time and do dotted 8s. Hold that down, do time, find dotted 8s.
Okay.
8,
what-
there you go.
8D
Yeah.
or 8T?
8D.
Or do-
Otherwise it's triplets. That's the, so
There you
you
are.
time level, feedback, time.
Go, Pete! Very impressive, Mr. Pete.
And then of course you can, you know, you can...
Analog
you can,
delay.
I was listening to Tom Jones' Resurrection Shuffle came on
you?
my I just was shuffling the music at home. God, that's good, man. That is such a good tune. Listen to that.
So, now
Sorry.
I'm going to put it on the shimmer mode now.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if you're not familiar with shimmer, it's going to add this kind of octave onto the top of the delay, which is going to give it that big sort of, you know,
you want
choir of
feedback.
angels kind of vibe going on.
You want that up there.
Oh, that's very Pink Floyd, Us and Them. So
What?
play a chord and I'll
Oh
show
yeah,
you
okay.
the freeze function.
Freeze me, baby.
Yeah.
It's very impressive.
Amazingly, all three of these sort of modulation, delay, and reverb switches, if you hold them down, do this sort of sustained effect of whatever it happens
Yeah, it
to
was
be.
epic, man.
So that was kind of cool. And then finally, we've got three different modes of reverb. So we've got a room reverb.
We just want a nice plate.
Let's try the plate.
That's better.
It's got the nicest kind of decayer.
But it's still, I could still do with it going more like this than going, hello, hello, and then go. It goes at the end there. Anyway.
I think it's good that... We've got a tuner built in. If I hit, hold.
And that's cool.
So that's pretty easy to see, right? If you plug it into your computer, USB output on here.
USB-C.
USB opens not just an editor for this, where you can edit the sounds and the cabinet emulation. It also USB interface as well, which is nuts.
But anyway, the other one, by the way.
Via the editor, you can store presets. So you can you can change everything on here. You see it changing on the screen. You can go, right, that's my favorite blues sound, so I'll save that as X, and then, next could be my favorite metal sound, whatever you want it to be.
Black metal.
As many as you like. You can share them. You can go onto communities and download other people's presets.
Yeah.
But that's only whilst you're connected via USB to the editor.
Yeah. So I think this is just the beginning, and I think this is a good entry till this world where maybe people don't need 500 amplifiers in a box because they've got.
The thing with this, I think, again, is it's Blackstar are just killing it on the price.
This is
and I know that the Victory stuff is 800 odd quid. You've got the Blue One stuff, which is similarly.
How much is an Iridium?
Yeah, 400 quid.
Exactly.
I know.
So, and this actually you can use this as an amplifier. It's not just like a thing that has to go in. Oh, that's the best thing I've ever heard. Actually, this is really good for that.
I mean,
for having this, and it's an ICE lead that just goes into it. It's not like with a little thing you program and somebody steps on it and it breaks, and well, a screen you can spill lots of stuff into.
So I'm going to unplug the speaker now. That's another cool thing about this Class D stuff.
My hole,
it's not like a valve amplifier where I unplug the speaker and everyone starts freaking out because we're going to blow things up. So now we're just coming out of the XLR output here. On the back here, I've got a 3-way position for cabinet emulation. CabRig is got tons of different cabinet and microphone combinations that you can make yourself, and then you can choose your 3 favorite ones to store to the device. These are just the out-the-box ones. Maybe we'll put a screenshot on screen now of roughly what CabRig looks like, but yeah. This is using CabRig 1. Interestingly, you'll see, as well as CabRig allowing you to choose which cab and which microphones, it also has a sense of a room ambience. So even though I haven't got the reverb here,
but it's like a studio room, isn't it?
It's like a room, isn't it? So let's just start playing around.
That was a bit Eurovision, that was, wasn't it? That's like a Finnish or like a Swedish.
I think it sounded a bit like The Darkness.
say what cab it is there as well when you?
No, it's 1 or 2 or 3.
Okay. That's a small one. Take the reverb off.
Well,
I think it's a great unit, man. This is the beginning.
Yeah, I
believe that's going to be the beginning of something big. Boss.
Yeah, I
all
don't
of them.
know.
Line 6, they're all going to bring one up. You watch.
I think this is. I'm a little bit mixed on this, only in the sense of going. If I just see it as it's 500 quid, it's perfectly loud enough to go and do a gig with. It's incredibly compact.
Yeah.
It's unbelievably simple to use.
Yeah.
I think my issue is I've got to temper my expectations. It's not the best drive sound, the best modulation, best delay and best reverb sounds I've ever heard. My pedal board would typically have better.
Yes, but your pedal board costs the same as a car.
Yeah, well, 100%. I couldn't. Most of my pedals are.
One of them, two of them.
You couldn't buy 2 of my pedals for the same price as you could buy the whole.
There you go.
So
your power supply, probably.
1,000,000%, and that's why I'm trying to temper this. So I'm just sort of going. On the one hand, I'm going. Yeah, the price is incredible. It's so well thought out. It's everything you need for your basic setup.
Great footprint. It's small.
Even the cabinet output, though, again, I think it's the same. It's good, but I've heard better.
Yes, but you need to go in and tweak it a little bit.
Maybe.
You know, but I understand. I know what he's saying. You know, an aux box is much better, but then
I think that's the angle I'm trying to get. I much preferred the sound through the cabinet.
It's because the cabs move some air.
Yeah, through the air. But I'm yet again, as I was with Amped 1 on this, I think again, Blackstar they nail it. It's such good value. They get the form factor just nailed on.
It's a great looking thing. I mean, it could be the next step if you say you've started with a Katana 50, for instance, but you want something a little bit more, 100 watts with
you
a
could
cabinet.
travel with that, right?
But that goes straight in the front of the gig bag.
I'm fairly sure the power
is just...
Yeah, so it's got one of these internal transformers that recognises what you're on, so you can be in America or you can be in Australia or the UK or wherever.
I tell you, it's a great thing. If you're a travel musician and you're, as I said to you, when I was traveling around New Zealand, I remember going around New Zealand and playing a vineyard tour, and it's just get the worst amps, you know, and it's like, if you had something like this that you set up and you know what it sounds like back then, 10, 20 years ago, no, it's not that long ago, and you just put it up, and that would be it. That would be a great thing to have.
Well, there you are. What do you think? Comment below. I mean, most importantly, Pete, how's your new stool?
It's a sample, isn't it?
Look. We've ditched the Tama drum stools for no reason other than the fact they were getting old and they fell apart. So I bought some new stools from.
It's going to be as tall as you. Look.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, now you've gone full Westlife. Oh, careful.
Yeah, no.
I've read a story about what happened to someone doing that once.
Yeah, but I like that kind of stuff. It ended really well. You never know.
There we are. These also are in stock right now. So if you want one tomorrow, just dive on over to the Andertons website and you'll get one. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Au revoir.